Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the newest Blu-ray release from the fine folks over at Arrow Video. This is for the 1975 sci-fi classic Rollerball, starring James Caan. And Rollerball takes place in a dystopian future in which the corporations own everything. And no, it does not take place in 2015, despite the fact that today the corporations pretty much own everything, which I think makes the themes of Rollerball more powerful today than even when the film was released in 1975. There are no wars, there are no famine, there's no sickness, but there is Rollerball, a full contact blood sport that the corporations use like the opiate of the masses. Give us blood, give us violence, give us brutality, and we'll totally ignore the fact that this future ran by the corporations is one of zero individuality, repression, and alienation. James Caan plays Jonathan E. That's it, just E. In this future, the individuality of even having a last name is a big no-no, and Jonathan E. is the star player for the Houston Rollerball team. The corporations, first they took his wife because a corporate exec wanted her. Now they want to take his career because Jonathan E. plays Rollerball with such a panache, an individual kind of, he's like the Michael Jordan of Rollerball, put it that way. And the corporations fear that his individual, all the individual accolades and all the individual awards that have been bestowed upon him as a rollerball player will threaten their stronghold on society, and others will want to follow his trend of individuality, and the corporations want him to retire. He refuses. It all culminates in an awesome rollerball game where there's no rules, no substitution, no clock. Basically, it's a death match, and the last person left standing, the last person left breathing, really, wins it all. I first saw Rollerball when I was probably 10 or 12 years old, and the only thing I really remembered about it were the rollerball sequences, the actual game itself. And I thought those were really cool. The rest of the film, the deeper themes in the movie, really went over my head. Watching Rollerball again for the first time since then, just the other night, I was blown away by the film. This is a great science fiction film, just a great film, period. Directed by Norman Jewison. He did an absolutely brilliant thing in this film in which it's a science fiction film set in the future. And a lot of science fiction films set in the future, particularly of this era, can very easily go over the top and just become really cheesy. There are no, hovercrafts in this film. There are no cyborg sort of, butlers in this film. Everybody's not wearing a spacesuit. It's very much grounded in reality. The film was shot in Munich because of a lot of their futuristic architecture. The film looks fantastic, particularly on this Blu-ray. The rollerball sequences are shot and staged and choreographed absolutely perfectly. The game comes off as just absolute brutality. I loved those sequences. Some great stunt work in those sequences as well. The acting is fantastic. James Caan is great as Jonathan E. John Houseman is great as the corporate exec who wants him to retire. I absolutely love this film. The themes in the movie of, corporations owning everything, corporations basically determining what you can watch, what you can learn, who you can marry, and how long you can marry them. As I said, a corporate exec wanted Jonathan E.'s wife, so he had to give her up, and he did so. And the corporations kind of, they've leased him these paramours, these women that he can just kind of do whatever he wants with for a very finite amount of time, and then they take them away because they don't want him to get too attached to just one person. This is the future that this movie takes place in. There's an absolutely brilliant sequence in the film where it takes place at this party, and this group of people, they're watching this, particularly brutal, bloody rollerball game, and they're loving it. They're eating it up. And then they go outside, and there's a woman who has this weird kind of gun. She fires it at these trees, and the trees just absolutely burst into flame. The crowd goes crazy. They urge her on. She shoots like 5 trees, incinerating all the trees, to the hail of just applause and cheers. And then she realizes what she's done, and she's devastated by the destruction that she's caused at the urging of the crowd. And that, I think, is a perfect microcosm of Rollerball in and of itself. I really love this film. Great movie all around. Really, really enjoyed this movie. Yeah, I can't think of a negative that I can say about Rollerball. I absolutely loved it. Every aspect of it, I was just blown away. Great, great science fiction film. Just a great, great film in general. And this Blu-ray is definitely the way to go if you're a Rollerball fan and you want to watch Rollerball in high definition. This is Region B locked, so if you're outside of Region B, if you're in America as I am, you'll have to have a region-free Blu-ray player to play this disc. But if you have a region-free Blu-ray player, this is the way to go to watch Rollerball. Great picture, great sound quality, as I've seen with just about every Arrow Blu-ray release. The picture quality, the sound quality, absolutely top-notch. Chock full of special features. I took some notes for you guys because that's what I do. We have The Making of Rollerball, a 25-minute documentary that was from 2001, probably on the DVD release of the film. The Man Cave Cat is getting into trouble. Great documentary talking about, making the film, shooting in Munich, choreographing the stunts. The writer says that he was inspired to write the original. Actually, it was a short story before it was a screenplay because GE, their gross profits for some year, 73, 74, I don't really recall, was more than the gross national product of several small countries. But yeah, really interesting documentary there. Really enjoyed it. They talk about pretty much every aspect of the movie. Something I thought was interesting too that Norman Jewison talked about was the response to the movie. The European response to the film was more of an intellectual response, he said. The American response to the film was, I want to play that game. That's an awesome looking game. I want to play it, which was kind of beside the point, but I think that sort of shows, in a weird way, America even then, we love our violence. We love our brutality. We love our bloodshed, and we still, to this day, do. But great documentary there. We've got 2 commentaries on the film. One from director Norman Jewison, one from writer William Harrison. I did not watch the film with either commentary. I'm sure they're great, though. We've got a 10-minute brand new interview with James Caan called Blood Sports, done by Michael Felsher of Red Shirt Pictures. Only 10 minutes long, but get a lot of information about the making of the film from James Caan. He talks about, roller skating for months in advance to kind of, get used to roller skating and make it look as natural as possible, since he was going to do a lot of roller skating in this film. Talks about having fun on the set, James Caan being James Caan, and James Caan's great character. We've got an 18-minute documentary called The Fourth City, in which the unit manager revisits all the shooting locations in Munich. That was pretty interesting. We've got a 17-minute interview with stuntman Craig Baxley, where he talks about all the stunt work in the film, coordinating the stunt work, how they brought over just, the best stuntmen the world had to, do these stunts in the movie, how they coordinated them. How they pulled off some of them. A lot of people got hurt making this film, which if you watch the movie, definitely you can tell, because they were doing some pretty wild stunts, and it looked like they were getting hurt making this movie. We have got an 8 minutes extra called From Rome to Rollerball, which is the original electronic press kit for the film, which featured on-set interviews with cast and crew discussing the themes of the film. Creating the game, Rollerball. They drew a lot of inspiration from Roman gladiators, and how society in that era, they loved to watch violence and bloodshed as kind of a sport, and we pretty much still do now. We've also got trailers, TV spots, etc., etc. This is a loaded Blu-ray from Arrow. Great film. great Blu-ray, chock full of special features, excellent picture and sound quality. If you're a fan of Rollerball and you have a region-free Blu-ray player, this is definitely the way to go to watch the film. As I said, I absolutely loved it. Great movie, great sci-fi movie. Really enjoyed it. Great film and a great Blu-ray release from Arrow Video. I highly recommend it. Go pick it up. If you've seen Rollerball, please let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good one, and until next time, peace.